Hi, this is Chris, and in this video I want to cover some basic steps to meeting women in bars. Now, I know this sounds really easy to most people. They think that you just go out and you talk and it just happens. Until they try to do it themselves and they completely freeze up, because all that emotional stuff only comes up when you're out there trying to do it, not when you're at home thinking about doing it. 90% of guys that I see out in bars probably have gone out with the best intentions and like the highest of hopes, and then they spend the night leaning on the wall, not talking to anyone. So I want to give you a few simple steps that you can apply this weekend. Now, obviously this video would go for hours if I went into all my thoughts on this topic, so I want to give you just 7 basic steps. But first, I want to give you a few reasons why meeting women in bars is fantastic, despite the many cliches. Now, not all women in bars are single. Obviously, some go out to dance, to drink, to catch up with friends, but most women in bars are open to meeting a guy. That's kind of why they're there. Now, they might be wanting to meet someone like you or someone not like you, but you don't know until you try. Basically, most women in bars are single and they've gone out hoping to meet someone. Guys always seem to think that this is a bad thing. Oh, at night women expect you to approach. That's a good thing, because the moment that you go up and say, hey, how's it going? You both know what's going on. And personally, I think the less bullshit, the better. Now, I know some of you watching may be thinking, yeah, but those bitch shields are up at night. Women aren't bitches. Now, they might be to you if you're not getting the hint that they don't want to talk to you, in which case they have to get rid of you. And maybe the odd girl is legitimately bitchy or trying to play up that persona in front of her friends, but most aren't. Most are really pleasant if you're pleasant to them. You can go out to bars and just wipe out all night. Basically, with each approach that you do, you get that little bit better. You get that little bit more confident, you get that little bit more comfortable talking to women, which ultimately is what it all comes down to. Women are generally as comfortable talking to you as you are talking to them. You know, they're mirroring your emotions. And in bars, you can build up that comfort in yourself, which is going to translate to other situations as well. So you can go through quite a few interactions in bars, some great, some terrible, and no one really cares. No one really even notices. There's this myth that only lower quality women go to bars. And, you know, I sometimes hear guys say that they'd never date someone from a bar. But every time I hear that, it's the type of guy who, you know, it's pretty clear that he's insecure about the bar. You know, he's insecure about being in the bar himself. He doesn't feel cool enough to be there or whatever. You know, he feels intimidated by the women there or by what they represent. So he justifies this by hating bars. Some people don't like bars. I get that. That's totally fine. But I can't imagine you're watching this video if the title didn't appeal to you somewhat. And also, like I said, if you get good at interacting with women in bars, this translates to other situations, you know, to the barbecue that you go to, the dance class that you go to, the social event that you get dragged to. Whatever you think about bars or about women in bars, it's much more a reflection of you. Normal people have social lives. They go out. Great women go to birthdays, to going away drinks. It's you who determines who you attract, not the bars, not the people in the bars. So how do you go about it? Again, 7 basic steps. And I apologize, it's windy as fuck here in Melbourne and quite cold, and I'm crying. Go out with someone who is also interested in meeting women. Sure, you can do this on your own or with your normal friends, but so many guys will give you shit for trying to talk to a girl. Some guys will, in fact, revel in your failure. You don't want to go out with these guys, even if they are your friends, because it's going to be harder and less enjoyable. You want to find guys who will not only encourage you to try, but who are ideally trying themselves. So find those guys, go out with those guys, go out with that common goal of improving in this area. Go to bars where there are lots of people. If you're watching this video, I'm gonna safely assume that you're perhaps not great at meeting women just yet. So you're gonna have to try to talk to quite a few in order to meet one or two that you actually get along with. And you can't really do that in your local pub that has 15 people in it. Melbourne, for instance, has so many amazing bars, but so many of them are the size of my living room, making them fantastic for a drink or for a date, but shite for meeting women because they just don't allow you to meet enough. Carrying on from my last point, you need to approach a lot. The main reason why most guys don't get good at this is just that they don't talk to enough women. Even when you are really good, maybe 1 in 4 approaches goes really well. That's just human nature. That's who you click with. So if you're not very good at talking to women in bars just yet, you're gonna have to do even more than that. And you need to be proactive about it as well. You know, you might get 1 or 2 women in the night who randomly stand next to you or ask you some question, especially if you're an attractive dude. But I think it's much better to learn how to approach so that you decide who you meet and you're not just at the mercy of whoever happens to be standing next to you. At the mercy of, that's probably the wrong wording. Basically, if you're new and you're not meeting, say, 10 women a night, you're likely not improving much or growing much, and you're likely not having any great interactions that convert to dates. And yes, I know people are paranoid about this being a numbers game, but it is. You don't just walk out of the house and click with everyone, guys or girls. But as you improve and as you become more attractive and more capable, more people will be interested in talking to you. Don't go out and say weird shit to women. Don't memorize lines or use weird techniques. You don't have to, trust me. Just go out and firstly look around. What do you see? What can you comment on? Comment on their cocktails or their flowery dresses or whatever they're doing for the night. Just be observational. I think that's the best way to start conversations. Or just speak your mind. Hi, I'm Chris. What's your name? Just a few examples from last week when I was coaching. I said to a girl, "You look warm." She was wearing a fur coat. I said to 2 girls, "Hello, we were admiring you from across the bar and we felt we should come and say hello." One girl I just yawned in front of and she said, "Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it?" So look for things that you can comment on, but if there's nothing, just say, "Hey guys, how's it going? How's your night going?" It sounds cliche, but it's perfectly fine. If she likes the look of you, if she likes your vibe, your feel, if she's single, you'll have a good chat. If not, move on. Embrace failure. My favorite. You will get rejected. You need to get rejected. I've done things in this area that most people probably wouldn't even believe, but I've also been blown out more than anyone that you know. Some girls won't like you. You won't like some girls. That's fine. You can't be so precious about it. Stop trying to do this perfectly. Rejection teaches you so much about yourself. It allows you to grow and to become more authentic. And it also means that when you do meet a girl that you really click with, it's fucking delightful. You don't need to be some amazing conversationalist in order to meet women in bars. You don't need to create attraction or create comfort or even flirt, because a woman is responding to you much more than what you're saying. So really, you just have to talk. I see a lot of guys out there who'll say something or ask something and the girl will respond well and he'll walk off, or he'll say something, she'll respond well and he'll just fucking go quiet, and you see the girl just kind of like, so keep the conversation going. You approached her, that's your job. Yeah, but Chris, I run out of stuff to say. Then don't. Ask her anything. What do you do with yourself? Where are you from? Allow yourself to be boring. You're likely just running out of stuff to say because you're trying too hard. I might do another video on this topic, so if you want to see that, subscribe. And if it helps, just have a few fallback lines in your head. What brings you guys out tonight? How do you guys know each other? Are you from Melbourne? If she likes you, she wants you to keep talking to her. She'll probably even help you out. So, if she doesn't like you, she won't give you much to work with. She'll kind of give you closed answers. She'll turn away, in which case you should just leave. again, some guys do manage to have good conversations in bars, but then they walk off. So just a few weeks ago, a client was talking to this lovely lady. He walked off, but I could see that she liked him. So I said, go back and just say, hey, we're leaving. It was nice to meet you. Could I grab your number? I'll maybe send you a text sometime. And she happily agreed, and that happens all the time. Ask for her number. If it's late in the evening, ask her home. Ask her to come to another bar or to come and get some food, whatever. Just do something. And also, don't get obsessed with picking up that night. You can get a phone number and message her the next day. It's okay. Look, ultimately, most of these pickup escalation techniques that you may have read about are just bullshit. You just have to have the courage to put your balls on the line and try. If it's a no, it's a no. Deal with it. Move on. Grow. Feel happier in yourself regardless. So I hope that these have been some decent points that you can put into practice soon. If not, hit me up and I'll take you out myself. I know that they're maybe not too specific, but you don't need specifics. You just have to go out often and let yourself improve. And you can't go out once and try 1 or 2 approaches and decide that this doesn't work. This does work, I assure you. I've been doing it since 2004. You just need persistence, patience, positivity, and focus on that internal growth. Some guys are gonna kill this in a couple weeks. Other guys, it's gonna take much longer. Some of the best women that I've met in bars. They are out there and they're wanting the same thing as you. You don't have to go out all night. You don't have to get drunk. You don't have to be some extrovert. I've coached plenty of shy guys as well as extroverted guys. It's all about attitude and willingness to try. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, share it with any potential wingmen, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more videos soon, obviously. Check out my book, which is finished. If my coaching interests you, check out my page. All my links are below. And lastly, thank you to everyone who has said hello in the last few weeks on the street and in bars. You seem to like my videos and you're happy to tell me. So thank you, that means a lot. Cheers.